Hi everyone, it's Envis here with an idea for Halloween. I thought I'd have some friends round for supper this Halloween, and I'm going to make some of these little pumpkins to decorate the table with. They're quick and easy to make, and they're fun to make as well, and they look really quite effective. So I'm going to be using a 2-inch circle punch and some orange, green and brown cardstock. And while my trimmer's out, I'm just going to cut a sliver of brown, just a thin strip of brown cardstock, and 2 very thin slivers of green cardstock. Then I can put my trimmer to one side and concentrate on making the pumpkins. Next you need to punch some circles out of the orange cardstock. Altogether you're going to need 24 circles, and these are 2-inch circles. I'm actually using the thick circle punch, which obviously, as well as punching through metal and everything, it punches through paper beautifully. And you're going to need 24, and you're going to score them all down the middle. So my 2-inch circles are going to be scored at 1 inch. If you used 3-inch circles, you would score at 1.5, and so on. Next, I'm just going to snip a little bit off each circle. I'm stacking them up 3 at a time, folded, and snipping a little bit off, as you can see. This is so that the pumpkin will have a flat surface, a flat base, so that it will sit nicely on the table or wherever you're going to put them. And I found the easiest way to do this was just to eyeball it and just snip a little bit off with your scissors. Next you're going to ink them. So the flat end you're going to ink with some dark brown ink. I used Gathered Twigs distress ink, and ink both sides of the circles as shown. This really does make a difference to the finished effect, and I use Spice Marmalade for inking the top, and did both sides again. Then you're going to take these and fold them so that the inked side is on the inside of the fold, and set it to one side, and do all your circles in this way. Now you're ready to start assembling your pumpkin halves. So divide your circles into 2 piles, and with the first pile just apply some liquid adhesive. I'm using Tombow Mono Multi-Medium, which dries clear and is very quick drying, to apply glue to the uninked side so that the inked side is on the inside of the fold, as you can see, and just stack them up, holding them in place as you go. I think this is a project that children would enjoy doing. I know Halloween isn't as big here as it is in America, but it seems to be gathering pace in the UK. I know I saw my little grandson Monty on Sunday, and even though it's only September, he was already chatting about how he was going to be Superman for Halloween. So this might be a project that would keep them occupied on a wet Saturday afternoon in October. You could also make apples using different coloured cardstock to decorate teacher gifts, or use half pumpkins to decorate treat bags for Halloween. So just carry on layering and stacking until you've completed your half a pumpkin. And I used a clothes peg to clip them together to hold them firmly in place until the glue dries, and I assemble the other half. So with those green strips that I cut, I'm winding them quite tightly around the handle of a little paintbrush. I googled pumpkins, and rather than sprays of leaves, they have what look like fronds at the top, so I thought these would look okay. And I'm punching some, it's actually a petal punch, but they're little leaf shapes. I often use them for leaves. And I'm just putting a dab of glue onto each vine and popping a leaf onto, just one leaf onto each vine to finish off the pumpkin. And you need two fronds for each pumpkin. For the brown strip of paper, I didn't want that to look like a frond, so I put that on the handle of the paintbrush in more of a spiral fashion. I didn't, in the interests of time again, I didn't glue it, but I manipulated it into a spiral and squeezed it into place. I just wanted to show you the effect, basically. And this will be glued onto one side of the pumpkin and the fronds onto the other, and then the two halves have got glue applied to them, and I'm now going to press them together. Normally I would put a clothes peg onto each of those glued halves to just hold them in place for 5 minutes while the glue dries. But again, because I'm running out of time, I'm just pressing these together and hoping it's going to stay closed enough for you to get the finished effect of the completed pumpkin. I think that's going to hold now. So there we go, another little pumpkin done. And I found a stamp which said "Eat, drink and be scary," so I thought it would be fun to make a little party invitation. And I used half a pumpkin using exactly the same method with a date and the time of my informal supper party. So I hope this has given you some ideas. Have fun. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.